Today, I'm gonna show you how to make real money. We're not gonna chase ROAS or ego or any of the other silly things that alpha bros flex on, which really proves they're just beta boys to begin with. Here are 3 examples from the last 4 years that we're gonna reference today. 310 Nutrition, which is a lifestyle brand, that grew from 15 million to 100 million in 18 months. My Life, a SaaS business that went from 3,000 a day to 50,000 a day in 6 months. And Under Outfit, a direct-to-consumer clothing company that went from 50K a month in revenue to over $1 million a week in just over a year and a half. I'm gonna show you the real way to scale your brand. Scale your bank account and do it with confidence and a plan. I'm gonna show you the whole plan and I'm gonna show you the math. And by the end of this, the only thing you're gonna say is, fuck ROAS. No gatekeeping, full transparency. This is the blueprint. I'll show you what I've done with real world examples. And you can start making changes today that will fundamentally change your future. Okay, let's go. What is ROAS and what is PSM? You ask the average media buyer or guru, ROAS is the profit on your ad spend. Only thing is, that's not even close to true. And it has no impact on the future of your business. Let me explain, because this one causes disruption literally every time I say it. And either you get on board or you're gonna be left behind. ROAS is a fraction. The numerator is revenue. Well, it's attributed revenue. So do we trust attribution? What if we go with MER? Okay, it's total revenue. Great.
Let's go. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Let me ask you this. How much of that revenue today is from repeat purchasers? How much of that revenue is from people that saw an ad not today, but yesterday or last week? How many channels served an ad to that person today? Is the ad today the only time you ever paid for them to see an ad? For those repeat buyers, was that the second sale or the 5th? What was the AOV on those orders? What was the profit on them? Do you really think that tomorrow's answers are gonna look at all similar to today's?
Nope, 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 nope.
And the denominator, well, that's today's spend on that channel or all channels if we're going MER. So is that the same every day? Is that spend really the reason revenue happened today? Can we really look at the funnel as a single day occurrence that repeats in a similar fashion day after day, week after week, month over month, year over year? Of course not. So instead, let's focus on real business. Let's talk PSM, or profitable scaling margin. Now simply put, PSM is LTV, or lifetime value, divided by the sum of CPA and COGS times the number of purchases, on average for the average customer, based on that initial product that they bought. Put it another way, what is the average customer worth total value divided by how much does it cost to make each sale, the total net blended, and how much does it cost to make each product, again, total net blended, times how many purchases will they make, again, against that initial product offering. Because remember, every customer journey is gonna be different. However, that customer journey is often similar based on the initial product that somebody buys. The initial purchase with the brand sets the expectation for the future revenue and cash flow of that customer journey. It's very predictable. This is how you can understand how much a customer is worth, and you can begin to move light years beyond the ego of the marketer on day one profit and start talking about money the same way that investment bankers do. Now I know this is a bit of a mind f***. So let me show you this in a real world example with a product that has a 2x ROAS. And then I'm gonna show you how I've scaled at least one brand a year to 8 or 9 figures using one of those brands we talked about earlier as a real life case study. So let's take a quick break and then we're gonna dive into all the numbers and get super sexy with it in a way that will fundamentally change your future. I just wanna hop in real quick. If you like these videos, please do not forget to smash the button right down there. Yeah, like and subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss anything else. And that being said, let's get back to it. So this is a 2x ROAS offer at a $75 CPA with an AOV of 150 bucks. Now our second purchase rate is 10%, and our purchase frequency on average is about 1.5 times, and generally our cash flow cadence is about 90 days. And ultimately the LTV on this customer is 225 bucks. Now you can chase that ROAS, reacting to yesterday or last week's data, to spend your profits chasing something that already happened that you have no control over. And you'll go up and down based on the season and market forces and just dumb luck. And odds are you'll grow the business if the business is good, or you might just spend the whole year kind of chasing your tail and you'll end up being more or less in the same place next year. Maybe you'll even 2x the business, which is great, and you'll be thrilled and you'll say that's success. But what if we looked at numbers a little bit differently and that 2x growth was actually the worst case outcome based on what you could have done? So what if we focus on PSM? So if we focus on the acquisition of future cash flow at a profit that's predictable, and then we scale into the added revenue floor. If we spend 25% of that added profit into our growth, what would happen then? Now mind you, we have the PSM, so in this scenario, we're basically making 10% on that customer journey. Total net profit after all costs for the average customer, and we know that that new money's gonna come in on roughly day 90. This is a great situation that a lot of people are in, so trying to take a very common use case for folks running ads. So let's do the math. Now, day one looks good. We basically doubled our money, right? 2x ROAS product. And on day 90, we can start scaling because those customers have come back. So on day 90, 10% of people buy again. And when you look at it this way, you only need to be day one profitable for 90 days. Because on day 90, basically your average CPA blended drops by 10%. So what if we start to reinvest some of that profitable scaling margin into the growth of our business? If we can push by 2.5% a week, which is again, 25% of the overall 10% margin. Remember, a PSM of 1.1 basically means we're making a 10% profit per customer journey. And we're gonna spend the money from that reoccurring customer as our revenue floor increases. So this is easy money that we already have in the bank. Then in 365 days, we can basically 2.5x our business. And to be fair, this is only the day one revenue of the second purchase event. We still have LTV that we're not even accounting into this. So that's just added profit that we're not even baking into our growth budget. So really, while we're scaling the front end of the business by 2.5%, the actual top line growth could easily be closer to 3 or 3.5x. Because we're probably also gonna get better on generating a greater LTV, and we might also see the CPA go up, but hopefully they're kind of in line, so our PSM is more or less constant. This is the way things happen. Now, that's incredible, but we can do a lot better. So let me show you the blueprint for one of those businesses I mentioned before, only with a slight tweak, and to quote my man Joe Friday,
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
So this offer has a blended CPA of 30 bucks and an AOV of 40. Far worse ROAS, right? We're not 2xing our money on day one. How could this possibly make us phenomenally more cash? Let me tell you. What if we built our hero product to have a PSM of 1.3 instead of 1.1? Based on the projectability of the profit margin on that customer journey. And what if our average second purchase was on day 25 instead of 90? And we had a few more repeat purchases because we've been optimizing the business model not on day one profits, but on reoccurring cash flow that we can acquire at a profit. When we don't chase day one profit nonsense, things can make a lot more dollars. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's dive into it. If we focus on the acquisition of cash flow and reinvest those profits, again, 25% of the added revenue floor when somebody comes back and buys again, which is dropping our blended CPA and giving us a larger margin, we're only gonna spend 25% of that added margin. Let's do the math. So day one looks good. Basically, we added 30%. And again, this doesn't include costs like COGS or whatever else, right? This is just ROAS or MER. Which is again, total nonsense. On day 25, we can begin scaling. Because remember, on day 25, we're gonna have more people come in and start to buy again. And in this offer, our second purchase rate is much higher, because we're focusing on that more frequent cash flow, higher second purchase rate offer. We don't make nearly as much money on day one, but we're optimizing for cash flow cycles. So we're not making the ROAS on day one, but we're optimizing for more repeat purchases and future transactions from the customer journeys that we're buying. So in this case, on day 25, our blended CPA drops by 30%, and we're never constrained to day one profits ever again. So now we can push our budgets by 7.5% a week, not the 2.5, because 7.5% is 25% of the overall 30% margin we're making. Basically, the customer journey has a larger margin, so we can invest more of the profits that we're generating into scaling our budgets, and we're doing it faster. We're doing it on day 25, not day 90. And again, 30% margin because the PSM is 1.3. That's LTV divided by all the costs to acquire the customer and the overall frequency of purchase. Remember, we're not giving a damn about fake numbers like ROAS anymore. We're trying to actually make money. Well, in this use case, in 35 days, we can 35x the brand. You were patting yourself on the back before for getting a 2. And really with PSM, you could have gotten a 2.5. This is literally way more than 10 times as much growth. And to be fair, this is only on the day one revenue of that second purchase. So we're not even including the LTV on this. And that LTV lift is happening on way more purchases. And yeah, this might not be realistic for your business based on inventory concerns. And of course, yes, results will go up and down. This is a balanced average. Same conversation will go for ROAS, same conversation will go for the PSM of 1.1. But instead of working a lot harder to get a lot less, because also that ROAS means you're gonna be touching everything way more often and basically working really hard to make success far more difficult. Wouldn't you rather have the chance to grow a lot faster with more stability and projectability on your cash flow and inventory? Or even just put more money in your pocket? Because you legitimately don't have to spend this money on scaling. It could literally just scale your bank account. And that's really it. I could go 1,000 times deeper into this, and believe me, in the Facebook Ads MBA program, we absolutely do, and Disruptor School, absolutely. But let's wrap this up with a nice summary to kind of put it all in a bow and let us go home and take some action. This is the paradigm shift that will fundamentally change your future. There's no more chasing shadows like ROAS or MEO, and no more being led astray by the allure of instant gains that lack complete context. Because remember, that 2x ROAS made us a lot less money. What we've discussed today is the key to build a thriving and sustainable business. It's about focusing on the long game, understanding the metrics that truly matter, and wielding the power of profitable scaling margin, PSM, as your ultimate weapon. So I challenge you to step away from the old playbook. Embrace the blueprint that I've shared with you today. It's a blueprint that has taken many brands to astronomical heights in a relatively short time. But my friends, remember, success does not happen overnight. It's the cumulative effect of strategic decisions, calculated risks, and unwavering determination. So take this knowledge and start implementing it today. Start reimagining how to view your business and your revenue streams and your potential for growth. Now, before you go, don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video valuable. And if you're hungry for more game-changing insights, hit that subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any other deep dive videos into the strategies that will truly make a difference. Join me on this journey to redefine success, to reshape your business trajectory, and to make the kind of impact you've always dreamed of. The results of your business can fundamentally change when you start prioritizing cash flow over the ego of the marketer. When you stop valuing a sales pitch from a company that doesn't give a damn about you or your family, the jobs you're creating for your community, and the joy that your business brings the world. Believe me, things can change, and it'll change quickly. And to those other folks, believe me, I got 2 middle fingers way high for you. All day, all night, in public, come at me, bro. When your stock in trade is the destruction of the well-being of others, I got nothing but contempt for you. And my hope is that no one will ever fall victim to these scams again. Now, if you found this video helpful, down below you're gonna see links to the Facebook Ads MBA program, Disruptor School, and the newsletter, and so much more. So, from me to you, I know that you could be literally anywhere else in the world right now, and you decided to spend this time with me, and for that, I wanna say thank you. And if you're watching on YouTube, again, like and subscribe. If you're listening on the podcast, drop 5 stars, give a review, tell the algorithms that you love it. And until next time, I'll see you on the internet. Bye.